So, guys, welcome once again to another review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And I would say, at this stage, I think I'm tired of the show. I think I'm really tired of this RHOP, and I think that it's just a waste of my time. Truthfully, a waste of time, a waste of energy, a waste of everything. A waste because I it has turned to a high school beef kind of thing. Like I just don't understand what is going on. I literally am praying that it ended because um the Andy announced that they were going to be starting the reunion very soon, like shooting the reunion, and I'm hopeful that yes, they should shoot it. At least if they shoot it, there's hope that we just have like 3 or 4 more episodes to go
Mhm.
because I don't think I can deal with the episode. And short reality, I'm happy that you're back this week because I wanted to ask you, when is this shoe going to drop? Because we're waiting. This is episode 14, for God's sake. When is the shoe gonna drop around about Wendy and Neka? Because at this point, I don't know what they are doing. I'm confused.
That's a that's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, I'm like, I the show is so confusing right now. Yeah, I think when I was watching it last week, I told myself because last week I was kind of down. And I was watching it, and I asked myself, how is it that I'm down and I'm watching a show that is not even uplifting in any way? Rather than like, let me watch a show that would make me happy, make me smile, than watching a show that would just be like, oh, what the hell am I watching? There's no joy in the show. They've ruined the show.
Yeah, I
Every
think
single one of them.
I think it's too many alliances for these women to be so grown. You hold an alliance, and too many mean girls and same old. They drag each other. It just seems like they're just a bunch of co-workers that are sick of working with each other. you know. So yeah, it's not what it used to be. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I agree. I mean, I used to really look forward to watching this show. I would rewatch it. Now I barely get the episodes in. I have no desire to go back and watch. I agree with you when you said they're just like co-workers who are tired of working with each other.
Yeah.
Several people need to go. Robin and Ashley have got to go. Absolutely right now. Robin served no purpose last night. None. All she did was tell people where they're going to go next. Oh, at 2 o'clock we go. It's like she's not even trying. She's horrible. And I used to like Robin a lot, but she's not giving anything. I cannot stand Ashley. She needs to go. But I agree with you. This was such a disappointing season. Very disappointing. And they really need to make some drastic changes. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about let's just manage to talk about what happened in the episode. Now we started off from the Grand Dame stuff and Neka, jumping like a butterfly because of a crown that she says, oh, it's too old for me. And she said, oh, it's too old for me, but I understand where Giselle is coming from. Like, I don't understand. Is she blind to realize that Giselle isn't her to piss off who she wants to piss off, and she's allowing herself being a pawn in Giselle's hand? She's allowing herself be a pawn for Giselle. Giselle knew that she could not do that with any other person, and any other person wouldn't have accepted to be in that position. Except Neka, that is, I don't know what's wrong with her. She's just too. you, I want to be accepted in this group, and she allows them use her so badly that it even hurts me watching the show and watching her herself and her actions. So sometimes she be contradicting herself. I'm strong, I'm this. The next minute you're just folding to somebody asking you to do something. Like it's
Well, you heard her
I,
say she was there to serve.
you said
I said you heard her say she was there to serve. Shit.
not the shades.
Yes. She is there to serve. Like, where else is
Oh,
she gonna fit up in the friend group? You know what I'm saying? So
oh no,
sometimes,
that shade.
sometimes if you're in that position, and you're not that strong and you don't have that much of a storyline anymore, plus you got a whole community of Nigerians that don't want you there. You got to get in where you fit in. So hey, the lowest man on the totem pole got to carry the water.
But before the community did not like her there, the show has already been shot before we didn't like her, so that's not
Well, no,
really an
no, no, no,
excuse.
no, 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 no. I mean, because of all the rhetoric that she brought to the show.
Mm.
I'm
How
like, as
Shop
far as
Reality,
what?
I know you Shop Reality, I know you were not here last week and we talked about this Gundam thing. How did you feel about it when Giselle said that about Neka?
I was not surprised. Giselle is always trying to say something to get under Karen's skin. I like the way Karen responded, did not
Yeah.
appear to let it bother her. Just so it's like, okay, the little stuff that you're doing, try harder. But you're right, NECA. But what else is she supposed to do? She's new. She's got to play nice and get along with people so that she'll have someone to film with, so that she'll be able to come back. So hopefully she comes back next season and maybe we'll see another side of her because it sounds like she can be a little shady too. Like she said, "Oh, I spent a lot of money on my house." And so I think she's just playing nice for now.
Uh, what if she doesn't make it to the next season? Like sometimes I think you just need to show your personality. What if
That's
she doesn't
that's a
make the
good
cut?
point. That's a good point. I hope she comes back because I think that she's got a lot to offer. She lives in Potomac. She's wealthy. She's tall. She's attractive. I think she fits right in. If you notice,
She's
most
beautiful.
yes, because most of them kind of look a certain way. They're all tall and lean, except for a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
She's wealthy. She's intelligent. She's smart, and I think someone did mention it before that they think that that is another issue. Are you there? Hello.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, I'm sorry that they think that that is another issue that Wendy has with her. That
As
Wendy
with
is
her.
not the only one who can brag about all of her degrees, when this lady clearly has degrees and is accomplished as well. So
Mhm.
I hope she does come back. I think she deserves another chance. I mean, she fits the aesthetic for the show.
But most of these things, right now, Bravo is going through a phase, a very bad phase, where a lot of people are not really, happy with how most of their shows, especially the
Mhm.
Housewives franchise, where people are not really happy with how the seasons has been going, especially the recent seasons has been going. And you see the way that we complained about RHOA, and now we've seen and we are hearing that there's gonna be a reshuffling. We've seen a lot of people being fired. We've heard of alleged okay, Marlo has confirmed that she was fired.
Oh wow.
Um
What? I didn't hear about that.
yeah, I think it was on Neighborhood Talk, something like that. She brought
What?
out, yeah, she wrote a this thing saying that yeah, she's not coming back for the new season of RHOA, and she hopes she can continuously work with Bravo, but she wants to focus on other things. She confirmed her not coming back to season 16 of
Wow.
Wow, I liked Marlo a lot.
Me too.
yeah. So, so there's been a lot of we've seen Candy going now, Malo. We don't know who's next. We're gonna hear it's not gonna be on the show. So right now, I think they are Bravo is going to a phase like if people don't really like you, people are not really feeling you, or you're not really bringing anything to the table, or you don't have anything to bring up the table, you're off for the chopping block. But truthfully, I'm just gonna say it out here. This season, this season, as much as I'm a Wendy fan, as much as I'm a Karen fan, as much as I'm a Candice fan, none of them brought anything to the table. The
No.
only thing that was brought to the table from all these ladies was the Neka versus Wendy stuff, which they an absolute flop. Still, it has actually still been an absolute flop because now we've not still gotten the full goal of the whole story. Wendy is still looking like a liar, and this thing Neka is also looking like a liar. And I'm like, what was the essence of bringing up the story if we are not going to see it to the end? If you're not going to tell us the ending point and reveal the truth, or they want to do when we get to the reunion, see, it always gets me pissed off where they keep everything for the reunion. That doesn't make sense. Well, I would just love for NECA to stop allowing. I understand the fact that she's like Shopperette, you said that she needs to be friendly with people so as to be able to be friend close to them and be able to come back for a new season. But the fact is that there's a difference between close with them, be friends with them, and allowing yourself be a pawn in their hands. Allowing yourself to be the one that is taking the heat for their own issues. It's not fair on her because I don't have any guarantee that tomorrow um those group of ladies will not turn on Necker. I don't have any guarantee. Those ladies switch off like tomorrow. So what is the guarantee? That's the labor me I don't like. Anyway, let's talk about Giselle talking about her boo. That boo that we only saw in is he only I thought it's only one episode we saw Jason, right? One episode we
Yeah,
saw him.
I think it was.
And yeah. And she's still here talking about, oh, how, I would not love him. Like, please, let's stop this pretense. You're not dating. Like, because, well, allegedly, they're not dating. Let's not be that. That's my own opinion. I don't feel that they are dating. I don't. And I don't know if anybody feels different. Because for me, I don't feel like Giselle is actually dating any. If she's dating anybody, she has not really brought the person on the show. But for that Jason guy, no.
Nah, I don't think that she's actually really dating him. She couldn't be. I mean, I don't see what they have in common. So maybe he's a hired in actor. Like Rent a Boyfriend.
Ah,
Well, I mean, they said Kenya did it. Remember with Walter?
yeah.
So why can't Giselle?
I just, well, I guess so. Let me ask a very serious question. With what happened in the episode, we saw Giselle, the lady sitting down, having a chat. Then Giselle decided to talk about her kid going to school in Florida, and talking about it. And we saw some expressions going on in Wendy and Candy between Wendy and Candy. For me, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't understand the expression, but Wendy spoke up and was like she didn't understand why Florida because what is going on, the racism, the killings, and whatnot. That she didn't feel like that was a place that was safe for a black kid to be there. But did you guys understand what was going on between Kanye? Or did you I don't know how to put it. Did you understand why they were making those facial expressions? Because for me, I didn't know whether it was a mocking facial expression, a laughter facial expression, or just like, you know what, I don't rate you, I don't send you, I don't care for you, and anything you're saying.
I don't know. They to me it just kind of looked like they were like, oh, so this is her storyline. You know what I'm saying? So they were rolling their eyes and making faces, but then as the conversation got a little deeper, Wendy was chimed in and said, "Hey, that and carry a gun, you know, and with the racism going on there and stuff, it's really not safe." But if you look at the statistics everywhere in the United States, wherever you send your kid to college, it is not safe. Do you know how many times I had to call my kids college and say, "Hey, look, I just seen on the news that they said somebody's shooting in the underground parking lot. Where are you, girl?" It is crazy. So no place is really safe where you send your kid. You just have to plead the blood of Jesus on them, and keep praying for your kid every day. But yeah, they were throwing a lot of shade. I seen them.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they were looking at each other like that because they were thinking, okay, this is her storyline. She's going to
Mhm.
try to get sympathy from the people because her daughter is going away. I think that's why they were looking at each other. And it was just like, really? I agree. Like this, here we go. So this is her storyline. She's so broken up because Grace is going, and I'm sure she is sad. I'm sure she is. I'm not trying to take that away from her. But it's like she gives nothing season after season after season. The whole thing with the Jason didn't pan out. She didn't mention him, but it's like nobody cares. Nobody believes it. Nobody cares.
Right.
And for her to talk about the Grace situation. So I think that's why the two ladies were looking at each other like, okay, this is her storyline.
they
She's
were
trying. Go ahead.
they were playing silent violins. Didn't you see it?
Yes, yeah, yeah. That's the best way to describe it.
Because I just wanted to be sure because a lot of people were, so I didn't just want to say it like I didn't feel like they were trying to mock her child. I just felt like they were like, yeah, that's what you want to talk about now. Like you've really not said anything valuable throughout the season, and now you want to bring about your child being going to a state that people are kind of scared of. So I felt the same way that they were like, yeah,
Right,
especially
right.
Candice.
But that was now that I think about it, not to trivialize her going to where she's going, but like you mentioned, living with my girls, it's dangerous a lot of places. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Florida, oh, because of the governor. Like, I think that
Yeah,
would be
the
the
way she said that.
least of her. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, that would be the least of her concern. What about gun violence? I can see if she was getting ready to go somewhere, and I don't want to mention any cities to offend anybody, but
Mm-hmm.
come on,
Mm-hmm.
that was to tie those two together. Come on, lady.
Yeah. I felt like she was trying to be leading, but trying to put it in our heads what she was trying to say, but not
Right,
like saying it specifically from her own mouth. I felt like she
right.
was trying to lead us to that point at the end of the day. And I was like, no, that's not doing it. Like, you didn't have to say all those things. Because the same way that Candy and Wendy was making facial expression, I was making those facial expressions too when I was watching it. Like, girl, what the heck do you think you're saying or doing?
Exactly. Like, what does the governor like? What? Huh? So, what? That was, yeah, that was a reach right there.
And the way that they all sat down and kept quiet, like she was really saying something reasonable. I I just don't understand those ladies. Like that's why I say they behave like high school kids.
Yeah, but
Like
nothing is sadder than sending your kid off into this big old ugly world that is not going to be kind to them, and sending them off to college where they're living not under your roof anymore. That is the most worrisome, worrying shit that I've ever been through in my life. I cried for over a month. I came in my kid's bedroom, sat on the bed, and cried.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
because
sweet.
I couldn't believe that this moment had actually happened and it's done, and there's nothing I could say about it or do about it. I
Did
have
they
to
go
let
out of
her.
state? Did they go out of state?
Girl, no. But it was like 70 miles from the crib, and she was trying to go even further, because she wanted to go to an all black college. And I was like, no. You know how long it's going to take me to fly out there? No.
Oh,
So if I could get to you in an hour and 15 minutes, okay, I guess I'll be cool with that. But I really wasn't. Because like I
Right.
said, I cried for over a month. To one day, I wiped my tears. I said, "Wait a minute, stupid! You've been waiting for this for 18 years. What are you
Mhm.
crying for?"
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah, and I can understand. I'm sure she is sad. I'm not taking that away from her. I'm sure she is. Of
No, yeah.
course. Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. But to bring it up at this table, and I guess they were like, girl, get another storyline because this ain't it.
Yeah.
The thing is that this particular storyline about her kid going to college has been her storyline since the episode one. We
Yes.
always seen Grace, Grace this, Grace prom, Grace graduation, Grace
Well, you
this.
know,
It
yeah.
always has been about Grace going to college. We
Well, you
actually
know
saw
what?
her, yeah.
You gotta look at it like this. This is Grace's last year in the crib, so she has to make some college money for Grace. So bringing Grace in on this season kind of secures that a little bit for Grace, I think. Because Grace was cut a check too.
Okay. Mm. Oh, that makes sense. That makes few sense. Yeah.
So I probably would have brought one of my kids in too. Come on, girl, let's talk about your college. Let's have a lunch with one of my friends. Let's talk about your college with her daughter. Yeah, yeah. As many
Mm.
things as I can bring you in because you're on your way out, you know, and I'm gonna need some help with these college fees and tuition. So that was a check for Grace.
Mm. That makes sense. Now that you said it, now I understand. Well, but still and still, I was tired of always hearing about Grace. Her saying it again, like literally all the episodes we've seen Giselle, when it has just been her personally, it's Grace, 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 Grace. I knew Grace was going to college. I already knew where Grace was going to college too before this episode. So I didn't know why she had to highlight it. So I understood Candy and Wendy's facial expression because if
Yeah,
I was there too, I would do the same thing.
yeah. I mean, because Giselle had nothing else to bring really to the table this season.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about um Karen and Mia.
Okay.
When they had the back and forth, and Karen was like, Mia was like, if you push me, I will say more about, this the rumors that she talked about last season
Mm-hmm.
about Karen, collecting BJ from someone, blah blah blah.
Right.
Now she's like, if because Karen literally exposed her about her having an affair with a rapper. Now she's like, if Karen pushes her, she's going to expose it. Do you feel like Mia really does have anything? Because the other ladies, we could see Giselle jumping in, we could see Ashley jumping in, we could see Robin jumping in. I'm like, yeah, the way Karen decided to shut it down, I know she's afraid Mia will say something. And I felt like, I don't feel she's shutting it down because she feels like Mia has anything to say. If I was there too, I would shut it down because you have no right to come and stay here and disrespect my marriage or have your say about anything. And you've said the same rumors last season. If you had more information, why didn't you say it then? Why didn't you talk about it in the reunion? Why are you now coming? So just to have a comeback and me being like, oh, if you go push me more, I'm gonna say more about say the full story about you and the guy that you were getting the BJ from. Like it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Mia and Karen, because Karen brought her into the group, so I'm pretty sure they've probably shared a few secrets, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that nobody else is really privy to, you know. And I feel like maybe Mia does know something and she's kind of holding it over Karen's head, you know, and maybe Karen knows something about Mia as well because she keeps mentioning this rapper, you know. In one moment, Mia says, Oh, well, yeah, I was with a rapper, but Gordon was there too. And then another time she said something about, yeah, but that was way before Gordon. Me and Gordon got together. Well, which is it? You know?
Yeah.
So I just feel like they're holding each other's secrets. Their skeletons in the closet, and they know exactly where they are.
Mm. I feel like that too, that the both of them have each other's secret in their palms. And that's why they're always like that to each other.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, if Mia wants to say something, say it. Don't be like, oh, I hate those kind of things. I don't like, oh, I'm gonna expose you. I'm gonna say these things about you. Then keep everybody guessing like, what is going on? What happened? What happened? Then you end up not saying it. Don't even give anybody. Don't give me um. Don't give me like. Don't give me hope. And it's something that's going to come out from this when you're not gonna say it. That's just my own point. Don't give me hope when you're not gonna say anything reasonable.
I guess she's
But
just
let's
holding
talk.
it for the right. She's probably just holding it for the right time.
I hope so. I hope so. Let's talk about this and Wendy's friend, Kia. Is it Kiana?
I think so.
Kiana. Is it Kiana? Am I getting the name right?
I didn't really catch her name.
Okay.
Maybe Sharp
And the way
Reality did.
and the way she was like, oh, Giselle, I just want to tell you thank you for checking up on me when I was sick.
Oh, her name
And
is
oh,
Ki. I'm sorry, her name is Kiarna.
Kiana, okay, I was right. And she was like, oh, but I who was my friend, she didn't notice I was like, oh, well, that wasn't necessary. You haven't been on the episode since how many? You haven't been on the season since how many episodes? Now you came on what episode and you feel like, okay, yes, I want to make a very big name for myself. Neka has been on the season since episode 1. She hasn't even gotten to make that name for herself. Then you are thinking that you're gonna do that. The way she said that to Giselle, and Giselle was already holding it against their head, being like, "Oh, her friends could not even notice," you know. And you come out there in front of everybody and be like, "Giselle, you noticed me when I felt sick, and I appreciate that." That's giving me like fake friend.
I was wondering, like, whose friend is she? Like, okay, I heard Giselle say something about um somebody that does her makeup or her wigs or whoever, her stylist, whatever the hell. The
Yeah.
little guy, it was his friend and now became her friend. So if anybody was to check on you, shouldn't it have been Giselle?
No, she came as Wendy's friend.
Oh, did she? But I thought Giselle
Yeah.
said that was
No,
her makeup
Giselle knows of
artist's.
her, but she's more of a friend to Wendy.
Oh, okay.
She's closer to Wendy.
Okay.
So I felt like that didn't know, like if you say Wendy's your friend, and you know of the situation that Wendy and her are not really that in good terms. Why did you have to bring that up? Like, oh, she was the only one that noticed my you that I called my friend, she didn't notice. Like, why?
Text her. If you feeling that bad, text me. And evidently Wendy brought her there as an extra person, a plus one, because Wendy
Mm-hmm.
didn't seem concerned about her. Hell, I wouldn't have even thought she was Wendy's friend. I thought she was friends with Giselle.
She was Wendy friends. If you check up the episode, she was mostly sitting down close to Wendy and Candice, or
Mm.
being around Wendy and Candice. So she came in as Wendy's friend.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't like her attitude at all.
Well, you only got 5 minutes of fame, so you got to make a name for yourself. You know.
You say 5 minutes of fame. Wow.
Yes.
That's that's the five
Yeah,
minutes of fame.
yeah, that's all you get. You know what you gonna do with it? She did her best.
I'm still not
Eh,
understanding. Is she supposed to be friends with um, Wendy and Candace? Why didn't they check on her?
Exactly.
yeah.
And they're just like not really paying her any attention. And one of them said, "Oh, I gave you a ginger ale." It's like, well, whose friend is she? Is she just somebody that they're just bringing on the show? Maybe she does know of them, but yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
Most of them they always lie. We have known from ages, 50 years ago, 20, and they just met themselves at the door. So probably it's one of those storylines too.
Could be.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be.
But you know what? She reminds me too much of Candace. They're the way they kind of look. They're both tiny, and I'm thinking,
Uh,
is this your replacement? Because I'm sure that sometimes what they think when a new person comes on, it's like, okay, who is this person here to replace? Because she
Hmm.
seems to have a lot of personality when they do give her a chance to speak, and she's a
Hmm.
business
yeah.
owner and everything. Yeah, she may be a replacement of somebody's.
It's a possibility.
Let's just wait and see how that will turn out. Whether they want to replace Candace. But talking about Neka and did you say when Neka shaded Eddie? As in my very sweet, sweet Eddie.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god. That was bad of Neka. Why Eddie? Why sweet Eddie?
I
Why did
don't
she have
know.
to shade him?
I didn't hear that. What are you guys talking about?
I said Neka shaded Eddie in the episode.
When? What did she say?
I think they asked her a question, which person's husband, if you know your husband, would you like, have anything with or be with?
Uh
Then
huh. Oh
Yeah, they
yeah,
that was
played
when I
that.
felt
They
to
played
free
that
when
Dru
Eddie.
Hill.
Okay.
when she
No, they
chose
played that.
one,
Who
when
would
she
you?
first chose one as the most compatible guy, I was like, oh no, sis, are you blind? Are you blind? That she said she was gonna free Eddie. Like I understand you have beef with Wendy, but there are some things you just don't say. Did he come to complain to you that his marriage is problematic? Did he tell you he was in bondage? That joke, she would not be happy if somebody makes that joke of her marriage. I'm pretty sure that she would not be happy if someone makes that joke about her and her husband. So why is she always saying it like did Eddie come to complain to her or her family or her husband that is in a bondage marriage with Wendy?
Yeah, they were playing that game. Who would you smash? Who would you kill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she said she would set Eddie free. She didn't want to kill
Yeah,
him. She would
that
set him
was
free.
funny. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, but Wendy's gonna Wendy's gonna come for her. She ain't gonna like it.
Yeah. Probably at the reunion because it's already been short, so it will be on at the reunion.
Hmm.
It will be at the reunion that she's going to come for her. Well,
Oh
from my own, I felt like this is the second time she has said that statement. And I understood the first time they were heated, they were annoyed at each other. She was pissed at Wendy, and let's say things that will hurt each other, understandable. But now, at least you guys are trying to be cordial with each other. Why did you have to say that? Like, Wendy hasn't complained to you that her husband is like, you know, following her up and down. Eddie hasn't complained to you that he's tired of the marriage or he's being choked up in the marriage. Why are you bringing it up? Like this, Well, they find a way to always talk about each other's married a lot. And the thing about this group of ladies is that when they talk about their spouses and their marriages, they are never kind.
They're not
Sometimes
even
they don't even
kind.
care about their spouses.
Yeah, they're not even kind with each other.
They don't care about their spouses. Imagine talking about Karen in that way, and you know that her husband might be he might watch, he or even if he doesn't watch, people that know him will watch, hear about this, and whisper back to him like, "Oh, we heard this thing about Karen on the show." Like they talk about their marriages without care about the spouse. It's a different thing. Yes, one's case is different. He was caught, you know, his own is different. So when they're talking about it, they're talking about facts. But the ones that we're not talking about facts, just want to, just want to dissect and analyze somebody else's marriage. It's not fair. I don't like it. Especially if the person has come to you before and complain and say, "Oh, I have this issue in my marriage." That's a different thing. But if the person hasn't complained to you, don't. Miss Mohammed said, "Free Michael, if anything." Oh my God. Oh, oh my God.
You
But
know what?
truthfully, yeah,
Oh,
you're
I'm
saying
sorry.
something.
I was saying I had just had a thought. Mia said the same thing about Eddie. Remember when they first met?
Mia.
When Mia, they had a game at Karen's house, and the couples were playing a game,
Oh
and she said,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
yes, she said the same thing that Eddie needed to be free because I guess she feels like Wendy's just got a tight hold on him. So this is
Mm-hmm.
not the first time we've heard that before.
I don't know. Maybe they show something where he just acting like he need to blink 3 times if he need help or something. I don't
That's how he was looking when Ike asked him, "Bro, you don't know me? You don't know me, bro?" And he's all,
But
bro."
that one is understandable. He was cornered. People ask like that when they are cornered, when they are
Yes,
surprised, and what
yes.
things that's understandable. But if you want to talk about that situation, I would agree with you. Yes, he acted like somebody that was being controlled or was confused about where he was or what he should do at that situation. That is understandable. But you to just come without a real analysis, or you have a good information about really what's going on in the marriage, and you just because
Le
you don't
Bear,
like the person,
Le Bear.
just because you don't like the person, you're just talking about the person's marriage. I don't like that. They tend
Le
to do it a
Bear.
lot.
You don't think Le Bear has told her something about the marriage? Le Bear.
Yeah, true that.
Yes, Le Bear.
Oh, okay. You say okay. Maybe Lepe has told her something about Eddie and
Yes,
Wendy.
yes, allegedly.
Allegedly, at this point, I don't even trust Lepe.
Oh shit.
At this point, I'm gonna say I don't trust anybody in that household. Neka, Wendy, Eddie, Ike, Lebe. What's Wendy's mom's
The
name?
mother,
I don't
what is her name? Rachel? Is her name Rachel?
I, I
I don't know her
don't
name.
trust every single one of them, because for me, if I was to judge the case between them, I haven't really seen. Yes, there's been no some kind of evidence that'll be like okay, but there's not been this like okay, this is the nail that finished it all. I haven't seen that. And I'm still waiting. Like I'm still hoping. I've seen that there's a title, maybe in that next week's episode, and then the episode, the way they titled the the episode that's happening in 2 weeks, maybe something might happen in the episode. So I'm hoping probably in 2 weeks time we might get the final, like NECA promised us that we'll finally know what is going on. But at this point, I think I myself am checked out, because if I have to wait for 16 episodes to find out exactly what is the true issue with you guys, yeah, it's very exhausting. It's very, very exhausting. I don't trust right now. I don't trust anybody. And when it comes to people, second-hand stories are never to be trusted because sometimes we twist the talk, we twist the issues just to suit our own narrative.
Right. We seen that with Ashley when this whole thing first came out.
Mm-hmm. Just to make ourselves look good. So what if Lebe is going to tell? Yes, let's say allegedly Lebe did tell Neka that Wendy Eddie is like wants an out of from the marriage. Eh, Probably she just said that just to make herself look like yeah she has valuable information. Why don't they say it in front of her? Like say yes. See, when I understand is when they all see them like, yes, Lebe told me this, and Lebe say, yes, he told me that. It's always better when everybody's sitting down at each other and saying it so that you will know who is lying and who is telling the truth. It's always easy to fish out the liars and the truth tellers. Than this one is somewhere else telling her own version. You're somewhere saying that you will never find out the truth because everybody's telling their own truth.
Right.
Everybody's telling their own
Hopefully
truth. You said?
no, I said, hopefully we'll get that in the reunion.
That's the thing. Why do we have to wait for the reunion for us to get? We've suffered through watching the whole episode, as boring as it was.
Yeah, for the ratings.
Uh,
Keep us tuned
really,
in.
they should just have a real reshuffle of the whole cast members of the show. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about that happened in today's episode, and that was Mia and her inheritance storyline. You know what? when Mia said, I like Candice. I'm sorry. I like Candice's way. Candice was like, "Oh, is it that I'm just new to stripper?" Oh, I've forgotten what Candice said. Ah, trying to remember how Candice put it. But Mia's inheritance story. How did you feel
What
about
she
the
call her, a
story?
stripping heiress?
Hey, stripper heiress. Oh my God, Mia! Jesus Christ, Mia can lie. I'm sorry, Mia.
Really? If I was an
I can't believe
heiress
anything
and they
that
were,
comes from her mouth.
I don't know. Is it true? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know.
You
wondering
know,
too. That made no sense because wasn't she like living in foster care?
that's the thing. When she said that, a lot of things was going on in my mind. I was like, I thought she was living in foster care. I thought she was a stripper. I thought she said Gordon was a high roller in the stripper club. How did she become
An
an
heiress?
heiress? Like, and she had inheritance that was bigger than Gordon. Like she said she was richer. She had more money than him. Really?
Wow.
That part I don't believe because everybody was shocked. Even Ken was like, no, probably he might not be as rich now, but he was very rich then. You said with your own mouth that he was an high roller. He was giving you 10K anytime he came. You said it yourself. So how did you go from he was giving you 10K and he was literally buying you to becoming you had an inheritance and you had more money than him? Like God, Jesus Christ. Tell better lies, please. Everybody on that table was shocked. Well, I know her friends would not say anything. All of them were shocked.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. 10K every time he seen her. Like, where was he getting that money from? Was that the family money?
I
Was
don't
that
know.
the misappropriate funds that they were talking about?
Oh my God. How did you feel about the lie, Shopee? Oh no, let's not say it's a lie. How did you feel about her saying that?
I don't understand why she would say that because that wouldn't even make any sense. Who did it come from? She never did say who the inheritance came from. And then if that's the case, then why would she even get
Be
with him? And
tripping.
then have you guys heard the interview of the boyfriend or the person she's now dating?
No.
If you get a chance to listen to that, he was saying that Gordon had gotten a name in her, gotten a car in her name allegedly. She was paying the note, but he got the car for her. But I guess maybe he put the down payment down or something like that. But it's just not making any sense. But the way she says it, the way she says anything, like when she gets like in that mood where she just wants to throw something out there, that's what I
Mhm.
think makes her a really good villain and a very good character on this show. So if she can continue to do stuff like this, they don't need Ashley, period. And then what are
Yeah,
they going to need Giselle for in the future? Definitely don't need Ashley anymore. Ashley has got to go. She serves no purpose. But yeah, I think Mia would just
yeah,
be the ultimate
yeah.
villain.
Mia is a better liar, and the way she just threw it out there and just she didn't care what anybody was. She didn't even look up to see the facial expressions they were giving. So I like her. Ashley is different. She lies and still try to look for validation from others. But Mia, she just, that's my lie. You accept it or not, that's your issue. So
Right.
I do prefer Mia's way to Ashley. Like Ashley gets me. It's the when she was singing in today's episode. I was like, babes, what are you doing? And the fact she keeps on talking about the way that um she doesn't want to leave or she doesn't want to get a divorce from Michael because she tells herself, like she says, financial security. I don't get it.
That's her sugar daddy.
That's just laziness.
But he ain't got no more sugar. He just the daddy.
That- That's just laziness because, like I said last week, I don't like you coming and preaching a certain way for people. Like, yes, if he's a sugar daddy, come outside, be proud of it. He is. But you saying, oh, the reason why I don't want to get divorced is to get financial security. After saying you need financial security, you're still saying that he doesn't give you money. Which one should we believe? Are you there for financial security or not?
No, maybe he just pays the mortgage and the utilities and the rest is on her. Who knows what type of arrangement that they have, but financially, she feels like she still needs him in her corner because she's never been really out there on her own. She's been with him since she was what, 24 or something like that?
Yeah. And it kind of makes me wonder if she's not getting paid much on this show. Because it's like you've been on this show for like what, 8 7 8 years and you still don't have any money. Well, you don't have enough money, you think. So it makes me wonder maybe she's not getting paid much, and that's probably why they keep bringing her back because they probably don't have to pay her much.
Right. Or
Allegedly.
maybe the money that she was making when she was married was now from my check to our money,
Yeah, that's a good
joint
point.
bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she's so silly because I remember for years she kept saying, "Oh, I get half," which made no sense. This man, how could he become as rich as he is by being stupid? So you think
Mm-hmm.
that he's going to let you come in and you sign
And
some
take
agreement where
everything.
yes. And then she came back later. There was some language that I didn't read or didn't understand in the girl.
Yeah,
And
well,
I feel like
half of nothing is nothing.
and I feel like that's the reason why she like pushed for the divorce because she thought that she was gonna get half. In my own opinion, allegedly, in my own opinion, sorry. I did think that that was why she did ask for that. That season, that was my whole thought. That I feel like that was the reason she went ahead with the decision, thinking she was going to get half of what Michael owns. That's why I think she did it and nothing else. But lastly, let's talk about the meeting between Giselle, Robin, Ashley, and who was also there? Giselle, Ashley, Mia. When we were talking about when Robin brought up the issue of, oh, I did you see the way that when you were talking about your kid, Wendy and Candy was making facial expressions, they were doing this, they were doing that. And I asked myself one question. And the way they started reacting and she was like, yeah, I thought I was the only one that noticed it. I almost wanted to stop talking. Blah 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 blah. I was like, this same Giselle that did not invite Wendy's kids to her party because she felt one kind of way. The same Giselle is the one getting pissed. This same Giselle. And for the fact that Robin is the one that came up and said, I want this vacation to be of no drama. Let's not bring out any issues. Let's just live a happy life. Let's just have fun. The same person bringing that drama, if her topic gets brought up, oh, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want, it's my life. It's my life. When it gets to your topics, it becomes your life. Where you know how to talk about other people. And they were talking trash. Then I think Wendy noticed it and went to them and they were all quiet. If you know you were what you were saying was your full chest, why didn't they say or continue talking when Wendy came over? That was like the most childlike thing that I've ever seen. And that's why I said it has turned to child's play, high school drama. That's what RHOP is about now. Because that's what you do when you're in high school and you're gossiping and somebody just passed you and the person you're talking about, you just keep or everybody just goes silent. That's what
You
we do
know
in high
what?
school. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think the producers had her come over there and say that because that is unlike Wendy to walk up. What are you guys talking about? Because I don't even think they were sitting near there. I think someone told her to go over there and ask that question. Because why would she go and ask them
They were
that?
sitting near there. She was
Okay,
sitting close to them with
why would
Karen.
you think so? Because the way they were
Yeah.
looking as if they were looking at something else. But for Wendy to go over and ask them that when she's not even that cool with them to ask, what are you guys talking about? You think that that was odd for her to just get up? What are you guys talking about?
I myself I felt like it was odd that
Yeah.
she went up there to ask them that question. I've never seen that happen before. And I don't think with the way they are not friends that would have happened at all. So you might be right. Probably production told her to go. But still, even if production told her to go, what was the silence?
I don't know. To me, maybe the silence was, they weren't about to say anything to Wendy's face, you know, because me, the whole thing, with them bringing it up then, why didn't you bring it up at the time when it was happening? If it was so noticeable to you guys and you felt like it was a little bit shading and disrespectful, I would have brought it up then. Like, girl, why are you making that face? What's wrong with you? I would have said something, you know, but to bring it up later after you done had these little games and you done had fun and, you know, why bring it up then? You know, and so the reason why they were quiet when Wendy walked over there is because wasn't none of them gonna repeat that shit again. Wasn't none of them gonna confront Wendy because Wendy's very combative.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, Giselle and Robin together don't equal out a Wendy. You know,
Oh, so you feel like they were scared?
oh, yeah, yeah, they look nervous to me.
What about you, Shafia? Did you feel that they were scared, or they didn't just want to talk about it continuously?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to replay that. For some reason, I'm thinking that they told her to go over there and say something because she doesn't seem like the type who would be trying to get involved with what they're doing. But I'll have to rewatch it for her to go and ask that. But once again, I'm just so sick and tired of Robin and Giselle, the whole them together. Robin serves no purpose. I know I keep saying that, but she did nothing this episode. But okay, at
Mm-hmm.
2 o'clock we're going.
Yeah.
That's all she did. I was like, you didn't do anything this episode. You serve no purpose. Ashley, I just can't stand her. I'm just really disappointed, I guess, because
Yeah,
the
I'm
season is
no
not good at all. It's horrible.
exactly. I'm more than disappointed. The season has been an utter big disappointment. I came from RHOA thinking that RHOP was gonna be like a fresh start. I was gonna wash off the disappointment of RHOA, but coming from RHOA, then going to RHOP, seeing two total disappointments has been really bad. Really,
Yeah,
really, really
it
bad.
used to be a good show, and now it's just like I don't know, sucking all the energy out of me. To even keep up with their asses at this point because it's just dry.
Mm-hmm. The episodes are always dry and boring.
Yeah.
I literally can't wait. The only thing, I'm just praying that we don't have more than 3 episodes to go because I don't know how many episodes they called for this season. But I just hope it's not more than 3 or 4 episodes. Do you know how many episodes they called for this season, Chuck Writing? Correct, OP.
No, I can look it up real quick, but I did hear Candace or somebody say the other, like 2 weeks ago, that they're going to be filming the reunion. I think she said the end of February, which is this week. So
Yeah,
maybe this week.
Andy announced it yesterday. He said if you
Okay.
have questions on, I think on his Twitter or something, that
Okay.
if you have questions you want him to ask, the housewives, you should
Hmm. Yeah, and see, I didn't even
send it
bother
to
to
them.
watch what's happening live. I didn't even watch it.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
I recorded it, but I haven't watched it yet. But if he got some place to send something, I'm gonna send some stuff like you guys need to spring clean on your housewives, on
mm-hmm.
all your little do some spring cleaning, you know, and all that old dumb shit that we tired of hearing about. Get that on out of there. Bring some new life up in this baby.
Okay, I'm not sure. It looks like it may not be too many more. Maybe like one or two more. Maybe two more, I think, according to this episode list, but I could be wrong.
Mhm. Right. I'm waiting for the last episode because it seems like there's gonna be drama because of the title. The after next week's episode, the upper week, the title is giving me hope. Probably we're gonna get the full breakdown, and if we don't, I'm gonna be disappointed because I really want to get the full breakdown between Wendy and Neka before the reunion. I don't want to go into the reunion because that will be the whole reunion, and they're gonna stretch it out for 3 episodes, 3 parts,
oh, oh
and that's
God.
gonna be exhausting.
Yeah, there's not enough
Right,
footage there in the
right. For
whole
3 parts?
season. Yeah,
Right. There's nothing.
jeez.
So that's why I've been saying that I don't want that to be at the reunion. I would prefer if the whole final breakdown of Wendy and Neka be on the show, because going to have to subject myself to watching them argue, because the reunion is going to be very brutal. They're going to talk witchcraft this, African this, Nigerian this, family this, That's what I'm
Oh.
gonna be hearing for 3 whole parts of the reunion. I can't deal with that. I can't. So I would prefer that it happens in the season. Then the reunion, I'm not gonna hear much of it because we already know what happened. We already have the full gist. So if they're purposely waiting and holding it on for the reunion, and no, that's a very big disappointment from the show, from Andy and the rest, from everybody in Bravo. Because so as people like Africans are going to have to endure themselves watching that 3 part. We're going to be outblownly talking about which no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I really hope this day, I do hope they talk about it and they squash it on the episode. I do hope. And I'm praying, I'm begging on God, please work his miracles. Because our Ethiopia has been a flop and I don't want it to flop more. Miss Mommy said, and they probably won't bring Lebe and Wendy's mom to explain.
They
Right now,
need to.
I
They need to bring them to the reunion.
don't want them on the reunion. I want them on the show.
Well, the show, the reunion, like let's do this.
No, like the episodes. Let them come on the episodes. Because if it's at the reunion, you know how they do these things. They will stretch out this storyline. This whole witchcraft, Wendy, Neka thing might be 2 parts of this of the reunion.
But they
Then the
have
other
nothing.
one
They
part,
have nothing else though.
yes.
What
Then the
what have
other
they
one
really
part will
done?
not be about touching about each and every other person, and which is not going to be fair. Because as I am like this, I can't. I don't think I'll be able to watch what will be said and the kind of the way Neka talks. I will get more pissed off when I hear her talk more. She doesn't know how to talk especially when she knows that this kind of things we don't just say it anyhow. So me having to endure myself watching that in a 2 parts episode, no, no. I'm trying to give Neka grace. And so I don't want them to spoil that grace I already have for her because I like her. So if they make me have to endure watching her, talk rubbish, try to minimize what was said or what she said, um, even if it was said, because even if she says, if even if we realize that yes, Wendy's mom did say that, or Lebe did really hear it, the question will not be that was said in the private. I wasn't there. The public wasn't there. Andy wasn't there. The cameraman wasn't there.
Right.
So why did you bring it out to the public? You could have actually talked about it also in the private. So that would have been the that would have been that would be the next question that would be asked of Neka. So I really hope it just ends on the show and the reunion. Instead, I would prefer they just do a 1 part reunion. It will be okay by me. Because looking at the season, there's nothing that is worth a 1 part reunion. Perfect. That's the that happened. Is there anybody that wants to add anything on the episode? Because for me, I'm done.
Yeah, I think I'm done too.
Ditto.
Oh my god. I guess we would see next week episode. Well, the preview is not any better, so we just have to endure again in next week's episode. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and comment your opinion on the comment section. And don't also forget to click on the subscription button down below to subscribe to Filtered Uzo's YouTube channel and Shop Reality TV's YouTube channel. We'll see you guys again next week. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.